Shalom. We the brothers of Great Millstone, Chicago, coming with another lesson through the Spirit. All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to our apostles and elders at Great Millstone, and salutations to all you brothers for preaching the gospel in truth and in sincerity, always in charity. Now this lesson touching in pretty much, man, the annihilation of Esau, man. You know, like Elder Malcolm always says, man, you got niggards on the corner that's not equipped, that's not, what's the word he used? Hey, man, these niggas shouldn't be on the corner, man, teaching, man. You know,
they're not qualified.
The water. They not qualified to be teaching the scriptures, man. You know? Now, you got guys teaching all kind of madness, man. Hey, but that's all through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Bahasham Shai, man, because he said he will sift the house of Israel. You know? The Lord is drawing that fine line like he did with Moses, man. He drawing that line in the sand, man. You know? That's why he these guys coming out with wayward doctrines and different breakdowns of the scriptures, man. So the elect hopeful can know the difference between the unclean and the clean, man. You know, the scripture says, then shall it be known who are my chosen. You know, that's talking about in that day when all hells break loose. But now you can see it now, man. Because you can read these scriptures and you can go back and see what these niggas say and be like, no, that's not scriptural, man. Because these niggas speaking out their own belly and not out of the scriptures as Yahweh Bahasham Yahweh Shai ordained it, man. He said, seek the word at my mouth, man. Who was the Lord's mouth? It's his prophets, man. You seek counsel. Where do the prophets get their counsel from? These scriptures, man. The Holy Spirit, Yahweh Shai is supping with these men, you know? Without further ado, we just get into the scriptures.
I got one real quick, Justin. Sirach 41:10. All that are of the earth shall turn to the earth again. So the ungodly shall go from a curse to destruction. All right. So, Deuteronomy 37. Esau's gonna get these curses, man. But after the end of it all, because they are the seed of Cain. They're the ruler of sin. You know. So they're the top sinner. Like they rule sin. So they're gonna go from that curse to destruction, man. That's the end of it. It's that simple. And they not coming out the curse. They don't have no chance at mercy. They go from the curse to destruction. Slovakia. You had said, I forget what you said in the beginning that popped in my mind, man. Spirit.
God. We got a lot of scriptures lined up, so we can do where we gonna start. We started this is Numbers 24 and 16. It says I'm starting 17, Slovakia. It says, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy all the children of Seth. Which this is Yahweh Shai speaking on his return. Verse 18, and Edom shall be a possession, and Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city. Now verse 18 says, Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession. Why is Judah going to possess the parts of Edom, man? Why is that? Because Esau, Edom is going to be done away with, which Lord willing, this lesson is going to prove that. You know something?
You want to hit the Obadiah? Right now? Because I think...
I'm going to read this last verse in last verse in Numbers 24, verse 20. And he looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perished forever, man. So that's the latter end of these Edomites, man, because Amalek is the head of Esau. How can you get rid of Amalek without getting rid of all the Edomites, man? You know? So from there, while the brother looking for that scripture, I'm going to grab the book of Amos. This is the book of Amos chapter 9. I'm going to start at 11. It says, in that day will I raise up the tabernacle of David that is fallen, and close up the breaches thereof, and I will raise up his ruins, and I will build it as in the days of old, which is that's happening right now, man, today. Verse 12, that they may possess the remnant of Edom and of all the heathen which are called by my name, saith Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua. So the Israelites, which are called by Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua's name, he placed the name of Yasharallah upon us. We're going to possess the remnant of Edom, man. And that's not talking about the people. That's talking about the land. Why are we going to possess the land? When you possess someone's land, you possess them anyway. You know? When you have control of someone's resource, you have control of them. So all these heathens, according to Revelation 18 chapter, man, yes, they're all going to serve 1,000 years of slavery, man. Hey, but guess what? All these other nations is promised mercy. Why? Because after that 1,000 years, man, they're going back to their lands, man. And they're going to have to live after all laws. But guess what? According to the Compact Bible Dictionary, the Zondervan Compact Bible Dictionary, when we look up the Edom, I'm going to just go to the last little statement. It says, Edom figures prominently in the prophetic scriptures as the scene of great future judgments. She is the only neighbor of the Israelites who was not given any promise of mercy from Yahweh, man.
Slucky. You want to know what's bugged out? Even the average Christian knows that all Esau's going to be destroyed. That's why they say Esau's done away with. He's already destroyed. They say the prophecy already came to pass. So for you to say there ain't nowhere in the scriptures, you're dumber than the fucking average Christian.
Waxing worse and worse, man. Like the Elder Malcolm always says, man, these niggas is not qualified to be on the corner teaching, man. It's not qualified to be on the corner teaching, man. This is pretty much a response video to the brother Zion and Great Waters, man, because he made the initial video. You know, the scripture says a wise man heareth the word and added unto it, man. And plus, we in defense of the gospel, man. You told the fucking ITR niggas, man. You told that young brother that it's nowhere in the scriptures that Esau is going to be destroyed. Hey, y'all Ba'Shem Yahushua gonna kill you niggas, man.
That's right.
Horribly. Horribly.
And it said that Esau received no mercy, right? He's the only group that's not going to receive that mercy, right?
That's right.
Yo, you had a scripture?
No, that was it.
Okay, this is I just got a couple to back that up. This is Obadiah 1, and I'm gonna start at 18.
Mm-hmm.
And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble. They shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any, and there shall not be any, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau.
How you get? Oh yeah, they're gonna be this. They're gonna be back in their lands, man. And, what? How you get that out of that, man? There is no scripture that what?
For Yahweh has spoken it. They're going back in the land, right? And they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, and they of the plain of Philistines, which we already had. The Philistines, that's our land.
Yep.
That's going back to us getting our land back, plus all the land of Esau.
Yep.
He's the only nation not promised mercy, man.
Hey, because who dwell in the south, man? Who dwell in the south of Israel? That's Judah land, man. So Judah is gonna possess that land, man.
If they don't have a land, they don't have an inheritance. They don't exist. It's that simple. And they shall possess the fields of Ephraim, and the fields of Samaria, and Benjamin shall possess Gilead.
Why? Because it's heathens that was living in our land. You know? So hey, we gonna get those lands back, because those lands was originally ours, man. But the land of Edom was promised to Edom. So why is Judah gonna possess it? Because it ain't gonna be no need for it, man. Because Esau Edom is gonna be wiped out, man. None shall be ranked. It just said none. We can end it right there. That one scripture.
Really?
And it says, because the mouth of Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua has spoken it, right? This is Numbers 23 and 19. Yahweh is not a man that he should lie, neither the son of man that he should repent. Hath he said, and shall he not do it? Or hath he spoken, and shall he not make it good? So that nigga just called Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushua a liar, man.
Hey, Jeremiah 5, it said they belied the Lord. That's exactly it. This is damn, this is Psalms 37. I'm gonna bounce around. This is Psalm 37 and 7.
And all you goddamn hoe ass niggas that's in that camp, man, you always want to talk about great millstone, worshiping men worshipers. Hey, you niggas know that Esau gonna be done away with, man. But yet you let that nigga sit there and say that to that young brother, man. You is the hoe ass niggas men worshiping, man. You is the hoe ass nigga that's men pleasing, man. Fuck ass niggas.
This is Psalms 37 and 7. Rest in Yahweh and wait patiently for him. Fret not thyself because of him who prospered in his way. because of the man who bringeth wicked device to pass, which is talking about Esau Edom, the rule of sin. Cease from anger and forsake wrath. Fret not thyself anywise do evil. For evildoers shall be cut off. But those that wait upon Yahweh, they shall inherit the earth. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. Malachi, the first chapter, real quick, Baba Rashad. Just so who the wicked is.
Yes, sir. It's Malachi 1 and 4. It says, whereas Edom said, we are impoverished, but we will return and build the desolate places. Thus saith Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, and the people against whom Yahweh hath indignation forever.
God, so there you go. They the border of wickedness. Now back in Psalms 37 and 10. For yet a little while, and the wicked shall not be. And the wicked shall not be. What does that mean to not be, man? To not exist. Yea, thou shalt diligently consider his place, and it shall not be. That's that, man. Now I'm going to skip down to verse 28. Psalms 37, 28. For Yahweh loveth judgment, and forsaketh not his saints. They are preserved forever. But the seed of the wicked shall be cut off. The righteous, going back to Obadiah, shall inherit the land and dwell therein forever. So the seed of Esau is going to be cut off. We're going to possess that forever. And it said no mercy, right? This is Psalms 109. Because that's the no mercy part, man. Because they've shown no mercy. The Lord said that, man. It's in James. That they're going to get the same judgment they gave us. What did they do to us? Took us and put us in captivity and made us not a people. So we are literally going to make them not a people. They won't exist. That's how the Lord operates, man. Y'all don't know judgment yet? And the Lord loves judgment. What you sow, you shall reap. They made us not a people. A man shall be missing. We're going to do it on the right-hand side. A man shall be missing. It's that simple, man.
That's switch for you real fast.
Of course.
Genesis 27:41. And Esau hated Jacob because of the blessing wherewith his father blessed him. And Esau said in his heart, the days of mourning for my father are at hand. Then will I slay my brother Jacob. And they say, it's according to Ezekiel the 35th chapter, they still have the same perpetual hatred that's going on. Everything that they doing, the chemtrails, the putting fluoride in the water, the GMO foods, all this is to do what? Is to kill you Israelites, man. They want to end us. They want to erase us from being a people, man. Because they want to be the sole possessors of the birthright, man. Hey, but that ain't according to the scriptures, man. So, like Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua said, as you intended to do unto them, it shall be done unto you. So since you trying to wipe us out and erase us, you're going to be erased, man. And that's judgment, man.
I'm going to hold that Psalms 109 because you said how that perpetual hatred, which in the kingdom, guess what will happen? They'll still want that. This is Psalms 26 and 10. Let favor be showed to the wicked, so let all mercy, grace, yet will he not learn righteousness. In the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of the Lord. So he be plotting and trying to do some shit, just be wicked as fucking kingdom still. On the other side, trying to get the heathens to go off, trying to do all types of shit, man. Esau, right? Lord, when thy hand is lifted up, they will not see, but they shall see and be ashamed for their envy at the people. Yea, the fire of thy enemy shall devour them. Yahweh, thou wilt ordain peace for us, for thou also hast wrought all our works in us. O Yahweh, our power, other lords beside thee have had dominion over us, but by thee only will we make mention of thy name. They are dead, they shall not live. They are deceased, they shall not rise. Therefore hast thou visited and destroyed them, and made all their memory to perish. This is back in Psalms 109. Hey, y'all done better off not knowing the ways of the Lord, man. Y'all done better off just going back into the world. Because now you're teaching bullshit. You've been better off just going back to the world, smoking blunts and shit, man. Now you out there actually teaching against the truth. So your curse is going to be worse, man.
Yep.
And ultimately, to hell with y'all, man. We on the defense of the gospel. We still got to make it known, like,
yep,
we're going to get a judgment, get a proper breakdown. We have the full spectrum, man. This is Psalms 109. And shit. I'm going to start at 10. Let his children be continually vagabonds and beg. Let them seek their bread also out of their desolate places. Let the extortioner catch all that he hath, and let the stranger spoil his labor. Let there be none to extend mercy unto him, neither let there be any to favor his fatherless children. So no mercy, right? Let his posterity be cut off, and which is his children, and the generation following. So his father's going to be cut off, the children going to be cut off, all right? And the generation following, let their name be blotted out. Let the iniquity of his fathers be remembered with the Lord, and let not the sin of his mother be blotted out. Let them be before Yahweh continually, he may cut off the memory of them from the earth, because that he remembered not to show mercy, but persecuted the poor and needy man. He might even slay the broken in heart. As he loves cursing, so let it come unto him. As he delighted not in blessing, so let it be far from him. So everything he did to us, man, he's going to get. He made us not a people, he's going to become not a people. And it said he'll receive no mercy. His memory will be completed, blotted out. That no mercy goes back to what we read in Psalms 37. Him not existing, him not getting his land back. Alright, precept upon precept. That's the thing, man, hey, because I know a lot of people listen to a lot of different camps, they made their decision on who to follow. Hey, look, you got to, whoever's putting these scriptures together, precept upon precept, the proper doctrine, you better stick to it, man. Alright, you can't play both sides, man.
Isaiah 8:20.
Hey, because ain't no light in them. This is very plain. Yeah,
this is Psalms 21 verse, I'm going to start at verse 7. It says, for the king trusteth in Yahweh by Shem Yahushai, and through the mercy of the Most High he shall not be moved. Verse 8, thy hand shall find out all thy enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. We just found out who that hated. We read in Genesis the 27th chapter, man. He hated us because of the blessing, right? Verse 9, thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thy anger. Yahweh shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. But Esau's still going to be there, man? It says their fruit. What is their fruit, man? The fruit of their loins, man. It's talking about their children. Their fruit shalt thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are notable to perform. Therefore shalt thou make them turn their back when thou shalt make ready thy arrows upon thy strings against the face of them. Be thou exalted, Yahweh, in thy own strength, so will we sing and praise thy power, man. So they gonna get this, so this destruction coming, the ICBM nuclear missiles, man. Hey, they gonna get that 1,000 years of slavery, because the cup that they filled unto us, we gonna fill unto them double. And then after that 1,000 years, the rest of the heathens get to go to they prospective lands, and Esau Edom is going straight to the fire, man.
From the curse to destruction. Because it says in Joel that the nukes itself is a curse. But that fire is gonna is gonna last, man. So at the end of that 1,000 years, you're gonna bring them back to that same fire that they kindled on themselves. Alright, from the curse to destruction. The curse starting with the nukes to the Deuteronomy 30 and 7. Alright, and at the end of it, y'all gonna get tossed in the fire.
They just said his seed shall be cut off from the children of men, man.
That's right. So we ain't gonna be. This is Psalms 9, and I'm gonna start at 5. I'm gonna start at 1. I will praise thee, O Yahweh, with my whole heart. I will show forth all thy marvelous works. And that show forth say tell us. So you got to prophesy against Esau. You got to bring the scriptures out, man. So actually, the Lord did all this for his education to come out, man. Them niggas serve their purpose. I will be glad and rejoice in thee. I will sing praise to thy name, O thou most high. When my enemies are turned back, they shall fall and perish at thy presence. For thou hast maintained my right and my cause. Thou sittest in the throne, judging right. Thou hast rebuked the heathen. Thou hast destroyed the wicked. Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. O thou enemy, destructions are come to a perpetual end, and thou hast destroyed cities. And thou hast destroyed cities. Their memorial is perished with them. But Yahweh shall endure forever. He hath prepared his throne for judgment. Alright, but it says, it's verse 5, man. Thou hast destroyed the wicked, thou hast rebuked the heathen. So the heathen gonna get their captivity, man. But the rest of the dead shall live after that 1,000 years. Then it says what? Thou hast destroyed the wicked. So the heathen's gonna get chastised. The wicked gonna get destroyed. And what else happened to the wicked? Thou hast put out their name forever and ever. O thou enemy, Esau, Edom, destructions are come to perpetual end. And they're going to be completely blotted out. And thou hast destroyed cities, their memorial is perished with them. There you go, man. It's done with. This is the end of Esau right here. This is the end of it. Once these nukes come, and Esau is that shit is done with. Then after that 1,000 years of slavery, they're going to come back to this fire and kill Dolph.
This is and you know, a couple. Let me just read it. Isaiah 14, verse 21. It says, "Prepare slaughter for his children for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. For I will rise up against them, saith Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai, and cut off from Babylon the name and remnant and son and nephew, saith Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai." Which goes back to Job, the 18th chapter. I'm going to start at the 13th verse. It says, "It shall devour the strength of his skin." 10. It says, "The snare is laid for him in the ground, and a trap for him in the way. Terror shall make him afraid on every side, and shall drive him to his feet. His strength shall be hunger bitten, and destruction shall be ready at his side. It shall devour the strength of his skin, even the firstborn of death shall devour his strength," which is the return of Yahushua. "His confidence shall be rooted out of his tabernacle, and it shall bring him to the king of terrors. It shall dwell in his tabernacle, because it is none of his. Brimstone shall be scattered upon his habitation." You notice it's talking about the destruction that's coming to this place, right? "His roots shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the street." So his remembrance shall be cut off, man. Esau Edom is going to be done away with. Hey, and it says his root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off, right? Which goes back to, this is Isaiah, the 27th chapter and 11th verse. It says, "When the boughs thereof are withered," the same branches, right? "They shall be broken off. The women come and set them on fire. For it is a people of no understanding. Therefore he that made them will not have mercy on them, and he that formed them will show them no favor," man. And it says the women come and set them on fire. Who was the women, man? Jeremiah 6 in verse 2. "I have likened Israel to a comely and delicate woman," man. So it's talking about the northern and southern kingdom, man. That's why it says women. So it's talking about the Israelites burning these goddamn devils, man, after that 1,000 years of slavery. It says, "For it is a people of no understanding. Therefore he that made them will not have mercy on them, and he that formed them will show them no favor," man. And that's what's going to happen to Esau Edom. That's his end. So to go back, back in Job 18, verse 16 again, "His root shall be dried up beneath, and above shall his branch be cut off. His remembrance shall perish from the earth, and he shall have no name in the streets. He shall be driven from light into darkness, and chased out of the world. He shall neither have son nor nephew among his people, nor any remaining in his dwellings." So if you take off son and nephew, the men carry the seed. So when you get rid of the man, guess what, man? Hey, we just said he will cut off his seed from among the children of men. Once that seed is gone, man, hey, it's a wrap for that race. It says, "They that come after him shall be astonished at his day, as they that went before were affrighted. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushua."
Job 21:17. How oft is the candle of the wicked put out? How oft cometh their destruction upon them? The Most High distributed his sorrows and his anger. And that song we read, it said it was the end of destructions, basically. Okay? So Esau, Edom, and it's not going to be a continual thing of us continually punishing this nation. Because they show favor to the wicked in the land upright, they would do evil, man. The Lord ain't going to keep doing this shit with them. This is this one time go around, man. They are as stubble before the wind, and as chaff that the storm carrieth away. The Most High layeth up his iniquity for his children. He awardeth him, he shall know it. His eyes shall see his destruction, and he shall drink of the wrath of the Almighty. For what pleasure hath he in his house after him, when the number of his months is cut off in the midst? Hey, once Esau goes down and get his captivity after that time, what's the purpose of the wicked? What would be the purpose of Esau existing, man? We'll be 100% on point. There'll be no need for the accuser of our brethren.
Because he the Lord's sword.
Exactly.
So it won't be no more use of that, man. You know that's through?
Yeah, but I'm going to skip down just to read some more of this to make a point. And 29. I'm gonna start at 27. Damn. Yeah, 27. Behold, I know your thoughts, and the devices which ye wrongfully imagine against me. For ye say, where is the house of the prince? And where are the dwelling places of the wicked? Have you not asked them that go by the way, and do you not know their tokens? That the wicked is reserved to the day of destruction, they shall be brought forth to the day of wrath. Who shall declare his way to his face? Who shall repay him what he hath done? So we gotta prophesy against Esau, man, and we gotta execute. We gotta give him his double. So first he's gonna get this nuclear fire. All right, that's what's destruction written. He got to get his slavery, but we got to reward him what he did to us, including erasing our name from the earth. Made us not a people. But the difference is, for us to do that, we're going to actually wipe their men out. They won't exist anymore. We're not going to lie to them until they're a whole different group of people that'll be unrighteous. So for us to pay him that back, we got to wipe them out. That's justice. Yet shall he be brought to the grave and shall remain in the tomb. He ain't coming out. The rest of the dead shall live. Esau was done with.
Every last one of them, man. Ain't gonna be just a little group here and no, man. Every last one of them.
I got one for you because you had made a point about them children. I mean, the men being cut off. This is Job 27 and 13. This is the portion of a wicked man with the Most High, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. If his children be multiplied, it is for the sword, and his offspring shall not be satisfied with bread. Those that remain of him shall be buried in death, and his widow shall not weep. That's plain, man. At the end of it all, that's whatever man is left, they're gonna be cut off, and then that, which in turn exterminates the whole nation anyway. That because it takes the seed to repopulate, man. So all Esau Edom's gonna be done. Whoever's left, they're gonna be killed, man. What purpose do they have after the captivity? After those days are cut off? That 1,000 years of hardcore slavery, what purpose? There's no need for somebody to run around that wicked as a nation. Because he was created to chastise us. And we'll be all on point then.
It's Jeremiah 13 and 23. Can the Ethiopian change his skin, or the leopard his spots? Then may ye also do good that are accustomed to do evil, man. Hey, so every last one of their ass getting wiped out, man. Because they all accustomed to do evil, man. So after that 1,000-year period, man, each, finito. This is Job 20, verse, it's Job 20 and verse 3. I have heard the check of my reproach, and the spirit of my understanding causes me to answer. Knowest thou not this of old, since man was placed upon the earth? So knowest this not of old, man? Since the beginning, man, right? That the triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite but for a moment. Though his excellency mount up to the heavens, and his head reach unto the clouds, yet he shall perish forever like his own dung. They which have seen him shall say, where is he?
So if he's not cut off, then why would anybody ask that? Why would somebody say, where is he? So Esau already been hiding from his heritage of being called Esau. We're giving that heritage back to him. So for them to say, where is he? That's because at this point in time, he's dead. Those that remain in him shall be buried. All the house of Esau shall be cut off, man.
It's verse 8.
It is very plain.
Yep. He shall fly away as a dream, and shall not be found. Yea, he shall be chased away as a vision of the night. The eye also which saw him shall see him no more, neither shall his place any more behold him. So Esau Edom is getting wiped out, man. And that scripture, Isaiah 8:20, to the law and to the testimony, if they speak not according to this word, is because there is no light in them, man. Scriptures tell us that we go precept upon precept, precept upon precept, here a little, there a little, man. Psalms 104, man. Salakia, Psalms 119, verse 104. Through thy precepts I get understanding, therefore I hate every false way. This is how we understand this word, man. By going line upon line, line upon line. Here a little, there a little. Because those same niggas that's teaching that Esau's still gonna be here, hey, these the same niggas that's saying going precept upon precept is wavering in the spirit, man. That's fucking madness, man. And if you get caught up in that madness, man, hey, so be it, man. That was it?
Man, I got this amulet.
That's what we started with, but shit, we can
read it?
Let's
You read Deuteronomy?
Oh, no. I thought it was numbers. But yeah.
You read Numbers 24:20?
Yeah.
Because Amalek is the head of Esau. You know? This is Deuteronomy 25 and 19. Therefore it shall be, when Yahweh thy power hath given thee rest from all thy enemies round about in the land which Yahweh thy power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven, thou shalt not forget it. Now it says Amalek right here, but Amalek represents the whole house of Esau, man. Because he's the chief of Esau. So to wipe out all of Amalek is to wipe out all Esau. Otherwise, Amalek can be brought back to any fucking Edomite. It's that simple.
Nope, and that's what it is, man.
Oh yeah, because the Numbers 24:20 is the one that says, and looked on Amalek, he took up his parable and said Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
Yes, sir.
Like saying like forever.
Yep.
Right, because verse 18 starts off, Edom shall be a possession, Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly. They go hand in hand. Esau, Edom, Seir, all go hand in hand together. You're talking about one, you're talking about the other. That goes back to Obadiah. We're going to possess the land. Because we're going to wipe out the remembrance of Amalek, man, of Esau.
There's going to be some Edomites over there. In what land? After the 1,000 years, all these heathens going back to their land. What land Esau going to be in, man? None. Because he don't have an inheritance. He doesn't have a land. His remembrance shall be blotted out. It shall be wiped out, man. Obadiah clearly says there shall be none remaining of the house of Esau, man. Not one of them motherfuckers, man. Hey, so with that, man, hey, hope this lesson was edifying. Until next time, all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the apostles and elders at Great Millstone who taught us this word, man.
That's right.
Peace, blessings, and salutations to you brothers who preaching the gospel in truth and in sincerity, always in charity, who's rightly dividing the word of truth directly and correctly, man. Blessings, salutations to you brothers and to you few sisters that watch, man. Shalom.
Shalom.